song Moccasin Creek, the line that goes, "Go down to the narrows where the water picks up," and it's a reference to that part of the river where it's more treacherous and you have to do your best to keep your head above water. You know, I felt like that was kind of a good metaphor for those times in life, you know, where it's more challenging, where you're doing all you can just to hang on, you know. Go down to the narrows where the water picks up. Might find a few arrowheads down in the mud. This album was written over the course of the last year or two, and in that time, I moved away from California. My family and I, we moved from LA and pulled up those roots and moved to Nashville. Lay down your holy eyes. Lay down your guns and shining bayonets. The first thing I did was call up a friend who I'd met a few months prior. I had a chance to sit in and play with my friends Sean and Sarah Watkins, Glenn Phillips. They have kind of a collective called WPA, and they invited me to come out and play some of my songs, play along with them, and you know, we're all old friends at this point. And drummer Jerry Rowe was there, and I thought, man, this guy is he's just something else. You know, what a great drummer and funny guy. And he said, well, you know what? If you ever want to come out to Nashville and make a record, I'll help you do it. I'll you know, I know the people to call. Fly down the back roads like the last and only one. When you say and tainted wide, boy, you like a loaded gun. He put me in touch with a fellow named Colin Dupuis, and Colin's a fantastic engineer, mixer, producer, and he was able to capture the sound of the three of us on the floor. You know, it's essentially a very live album, vocals, all of it kind of going down live as you're hearing it, you know, with just a sprinkling of overdubs here and there, but really it's all about capturing that energy in a very real way, you know. And the studio was ideal for that. Dan Auerbach of the Black Keys built this incredible studio where he works, and with, you know, myself producing and Colin engineering, Jerry Rowe on drums, Lex Price on bass, Russ Paul on some steel guitar, made this album in a short time. And it's the first that I've ever made here in Nashville, you know. Like smoke and sparks out of this earthly heart, yonder I'll fly. Like smoke and sparks. I don't know, when I think of Nashville, I think of some kind of some place that might be fixed in the records that came out when I was a kid, you know, the albums of Glenn Campbell and Willie Nelson, all of this other, you know, great stuff that I grew up with. But of course, you know, to others it's a far more glamorous kind of scene. But in fact, it's a lot more versatile, and the scope is much broader than that these days, you know, especially with bands like Black Keys being rooted in Nashville and some others. It's a really creative place to be, and I'm excited to have made that move. I think if anything, if there is a theme, it's a theme of searching. But that's probably a theme that you could trace through all of my records, you know. I mean, the idea that songs can, in some way, put you in touch with the ongoing process, the unfolding in your life, you know, making sense of it all. In the winter when
streams are frozen, in the winter when the birds don't sing. That's when I lost my home, when I lost everything. Kept a walking till my feet were bloody, left everything we knew. When they took us across the Mississippi, nothing that I could do but cry, cry, cry.